Now, for the last 12 years, Iceland has ranked #1 in the list of countries closing the equality gap between men and women. Canadian-born Eliza Reid is now the country's First Lady. And in her book, Secrets of the Spaca, she asks how and why Iceland is leading the way to global gender equality. And she's with us now. Eliza, thanks for joining us, or should I say Ms. Reid, forgive me. Thank you for joining us on the programme this morning. Why, in your opinion, is Iceland the best place to live if you're a woman?
There are a lot of different reasons, but to summarize them in a nutshell, I think we have wonderful policies here that are supportive for families, especially that encourage fathers to be involved from an early age in their children's upbringing and make it simpler for women to return to the workforce. And really, we've passed the tipping point as a society here in terms of the fact that we realize that we're no longer debating whether trying to achieve gender equality is an important objective, but how we are going to get there. And that means that we see many more women in public life and role models. We see the public speaking out for things that we see in the media when there's misrepresentation, issues like that, because we are seeing here and realizing that, of course, working towards achieving gender equality is something that is going to benefit everyone in society. It's not a zero-sum game of one group versus another group.
You talk about gender equality in Iceland, I'm quoting you, from a deep-seated cultural sense of fairness. What do you mean by that?
I think maybe that's the sort of Nordic model there again, egalitarian, the idea that we all have an opportunity to contribute to society and we all deserve to reap the benefits of our society and what we're doing. And I think gender equality is the perfect example of that, where again, it's an objective that is going to benefit everyone, because we know that societies that are more gender equal are more peaceful, they are happier, they have longer living populations, the companies and organizations do better on their bottom line. So it doesn't have downsides.
Which women in history do you look up to the most?
Goodness, that's a difficult question. In Iceland, we have a wonderful role model, Vigdís Finnbogadóttir, who is the world's first democratically elected female head of state. And she served as president for 16 years here, which of course means that an entire generation of women in Iceland grew up with a female head of state. And I think public figures like that are very important. But also, personally, I was very fortunate in my own life in Canada growing up to have very strong female role models within my own family who encouraged me, of course, to do anything that I wanted to do with my life.
You can steal a couple of mine if you'd like to. Diana, Princess of Wales. I always thought she was an amazing woman, given the challenges that she was facing in her life. Mother Teresa, and why not? No explanation necessary. And Madeleine Albright, who sadly just died. You'll remember that she had the quote, "There's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women." And I often use that quote when I'm talking to younger women and men. As far as Iceland is a beautiful country, I've been obviously to Reykjavik, and I've been to the north of the country as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. And you are doing your bit, aren't you, as far as Ukrainian refugees are concerned? Do you feel you're doing enough?
I think we can always be doing more. And I think that that's something that people in the population feel, of course, here, that everybody is devastated and horrified by what is happening. We're trying to do our best. Our doors are open. We have had hundreds of refugees who are coming in, and maybe hundreds sounds small, but our population is quite small as well, and we're a little farther away. We are doing our best to have people over and refugees and sending money and logistical assistance and investing more in cybersecurity. Iceland actually has no military, of course, but we are a NATO nation and are committed, of course, to doing our part as a NATO country to help in this war.
The World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report ranks Iceland first for closing the gender gap. Good for you guys. The United Kingdom is 23rd. What more can we do?
Goodness, well, there's a lot more, and my book absolutely is not designed to tell other countries what they should be doing, but hopefully to inspire people on an individual basis. As far as as countries and policies are concerned, absolutely our policy of affordable childcare and excellent parental leave for both parents has been very helpful. But what I'm hoping to be able to do with my book and the stories of the Sprakar, which means outstanding women in Icelandic, the stories of these outstanding women, I hope will inspire all of us on an individual basis to use our voices and to be positive role models and to encourage other people to use their voices and have a diverse range of experiences that we're sharing. And also for men to be encouraged and involved, to know that the gender equality fight isn't a women's issue fight. It's something for everybody that is going to benefit all of us.
How does a foreigner become First Lady?
Marry the president is the short answer. But the duller answer is that my husband, who is now the president, and I met at Oxford, actually, in graduate school, and he's a historian by training. And there's a bit of a story in the book there. We met on a blind date that I contrived, I suppose you could say, and then we moved here to build a life here in Iceland and raise our family here.
Oh, that's amazing. What a great story. Thank you for joining us. Look forward to reading the book in more detail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.